All right, we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Just sort of a quick recap of what has been going on over the last couple of episodes. I've been trying to get a station in and around Minmus, and actually, we can show that I do have the beginnings. I do have a station. I did this 2 episodes. It's in this polar orbit about Minmus right here. But it needs to have 4,000 units of liquid fuel. So we have that as well. That was built, was it last? I don't remember anymore. 2 episodes ago, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. And we finished fueling it up last episode or last week. And we also last week put in a relay network. So I'm here. This is Minmus relay number 1. And I've put it now, if I come back out to here, into a circular orbit here. I was in a very sloppy orbit before, but I've circularized it. I've gotten the eccentricity way down. And the important thing to note is the period of this orbit right down here. It's 1 day, 5 hours, 4 minutes, and 34 seconds. It isn't anything pretty because I was trying to match a specific orbit. That was a requirement for a contract that I didn't fulfill because I missed the fine print to put mystery goo on the dumb thing, whatever. But I'm now in this orbit with this ugly period, and I want to have 3 other satellites. So let me show you the other 3 that are here. There they are. They're the other 3 relays, and you can see that they're not exactly in a nice equilateral triangle. You can also see I've been mucking a bit with my orbit, so I want to just take a moment to explain that before we start sending stuff out. So let's go to Minmus relay number 2. So we're going to switch to that. And the thing to notice, if I go down to here and take a look at its orbital period, it's not the same. It's in an orbital period that is less. Moreover, I believe I do have Minmus relay 1 set as a target. That's 2. There's 1. It's set as a target, and if I go to this, right down here on the bottom is an angle called phase angle. It's minus 86.1 degrees. And what that means is, if I turn this a little bit, this is the one we're on. This is Minmus relay 1, which is our target. If we connect both of these to the center of Minmus, our target is 86.0 degrees behind me. It was 86.1, now it's 86.0. I want that to be 120 because I want these 3 satellites all to be equally spaced around Minmus. So what I did is I took I need another, I gotta do math, 34 degrees. I gotta add 34 degrees to this. I need this thing to speed up and get another 34 degrees ahead of Minmus relay 1. So I took 34 degrees, divided by the 360 degrees, that is a complete circle, multiplied that by the period that I want, which is 1 day, 5 hours, 4 minutes, and 34 seconds. I do have that written down. And that got me a time that I need to speed this one up by. Now, to speed it up, I need to reduce its period, which means I need to bring down its periapsis. So that's what I did, is I burned retrograde to get the periapsis down, to get it into an orbit. Let me go back to where the period was, with a period that is the right amount of time less. And I hope I did that right. And the theory is that as this goes all the way around, by the time it gets back here, it does a single orbit and it's back at apoapsis, it should be pretty close to being 120 degrees ahead of my target. And then I can circularize it and I have it in the right spot. I did the same thing with Minmus relay 3. It's also in a similar kind of orbit because it needs to pick up some space here as well, some phase angle, get up here somewhere. But each of them need to do another orbit, and since the orbit's almost 2 days, that does give us time to get started with what we really want to do. So let's get started with what we really want to do, which is, let me zoom out, to get our fuel barge out here. Now, let's turn stuff off. Please turn the relays off. Can I focus on Kerbin here, please? There we go, thank you. And turn on probes, and this should be our fuel barge. It says Minmus Fuel Module. Oh, I think that's what I called it. Yes. So let's switch to that and let's get this show rolling. So we're going to send this thing out towards Minmus. It has a whole crap ton of fuel. It should be able to get out there and still have over 4,000 units of liquid fuel left. I hope. That's assuming I did all the math right. And I also want to today get some Kerbals out there as well, so we can say that it's a crewed station. So that's the whole goal for today. Thankfully, all these vessels are already in orbit. There isn't much building to do, so this hopefully will go with reasonable speed. We'll see. So, we need to get ourselves to Minmus. So let's select Minmus as a target. Now, this orbit that the fuel barge is in is already in an inclined orbit that matches the plane of Minmus's orbit. I did that at launch because that should make this transfer more quicker. My Kerbals, though, are in an equatorial orbit, so that's a bit of a different deal. All right, now that's the moon. I don't want to hit the moon. Set this scale up a bit. That feels about right. Okay. Focus this view. Best tutorial person ever. Thank you. I hope what I said with all that stuff made some sense. Of course, I could be completely wrong. Don't get your hope. I could get out there and I've been wrong many times before. There we go. That's what I've been looking for. Alright. So what we want to do with this is, let's show the station, is match this station. Let's see, I can probably, I lost my note again. I can probably bring this back a bit. I want to try and do this efficiently because we're going to have to do some orbital fiddling about. So I'm trying to just minimize the amount of this burn. Oh, I might be getting close to it now. Because changing the time isn't affecting things too much. Nope. So we need to give a little more prograde. That is pretty good for now, for this burn. Clearly, we're going to have to match this orbit. You can see the orbit that we're coming towards is polar. Also, we are not coming in at the plane of this orbit. The most efficient thing to do is to actually wait. But I'm not going to do... Like, as you wait and as Minmus goes around its orbit, this angle between our incoming trajectory and the plane of our target will change. And so if you just wait, eventually this trajectory and this plane will be in the same plane. It's just Minmus goes so slowly. I think it's like 26 days or something for it to do a complete orbit. I don't want to wait. And also, doing plane changes and junk around Minmus really isn't that expensive, so I'm not going to wait. So that's kind of the way it is. And by the way, one thing that took me a while to figure this out, but this trajectory is actually what the trajectory is when we get to Minmus, not what our trajectory is right now. So it's going to take us like, I don't know, 7 days or something to get out to Minmus. This is what our relationship between our orbit and this orbit, our trajectory and this orbit is going to be when we get to Minmus, not what it is right now. It's not like the situational change when we get there. So that's really cool that the game does that for us. Okay, I think I'm just going to do this and we'll do all the other shenanigans along the way. All right, let's time warp to our node. Oh, our engines aren't started. I'm noticing that. Let's activate those engines and time warp. This is orbital mechanics Kerbal style. Yes. This is going to be mostly prograde. This thing is massive. I can turn on the RCS if I need to get around a little quicker. I got 40 seconds until my burn. Oh my gosh. RCS is coming on. Why is the RCS not working? That's not encouraging. I gotta figure out why the RCS isn't coming on. I do have monoprop aboard. I do. Okay, 24 seconds. Get it on that maneuver node. That is interesting. There might be some sort of fuel flow issues. I know there is monoprop aboard. Okay, we're there. But I put RCS on, yet none of these RCS thruster blocks are firing. Control will get easier once... Let's start. Because those engines are... The Poodle engine on the bottom is gimbaled, which is obvious. You can see it flipping around. But I really want to figure out why that RCS didn't come on. Okay, there we go. 4 minutes, full thrust? Oh my lord. 4 minute and 12 second burn. This thing's a tad heavy. Yes, I know you can turn... Oh my gosh! Thank you, John. The reason why is because I turned off the pitch yaw and the roll on the RCS. Because I did. Okay. Okay, so that's why the RCS wasn't working. No problem. I only have lateral controls on RCS. Thanks for that comment. So, that's why I was... But it's all good. It's all good. I think I might still leave them off, but if I find I need them, I know now to turn them on. I'm sorry, I'm just reading comments. When I did the go into orbit tutorial, the only thing that tripped me up was the bloody EVA. My poor old Kerbal went blasting off into space. Was that some sort of physics glitch that happened there, Malcolm? Sometimes that happens. Like just, you know, the Kerbal gets somehow funkily... There's weird physics that can happen sometimes with the Kerbals. I've definitely had that experience where they go flying off. Yeah, I did that deliberately, John. I did do this deliberately to save on RCS fuel. I just forgot that I did it. I only discovered that like a few weeks ago. Somebody pointed it out to me that's a great way to save monopropellant is to turn off the yaw pitch and the roll on your RCS thruster blocks if you don't need them. I just forgot. That's why I'm not used to doing it still, so I forgot that I did it. Alright, we are getting close to halfway through this burn. Oh my gosh. There we go. Still going. This is also featuring the worst placed solar panels of all time, sticking them into this little gully. So it's really easy for them to get occluded by the vessel itself. Really didn't think there. Yeah, I have had Kerbals go flying off with EVAs. If you play with a mod Kerbal attachment system, which gives you to do construction, that can be really notorious, and I got in the habit of just quick saving a lot, because I don't think that's fair when a physics glitch sends your Kerbal just off, and especially when it goes all ragdolly on you, and you can't do anything to get it under control, and by the time you do, you know, it's not fair. That is definitely a legitimate revert situation, in my opinion. We shouldn't be using any fuel from these tanks. These are the reserve tanks. Everything should be being used here. Alright, getting close to 200 meters per second left. My longest burn in history. These really long burns do affect the efficiency to some degree, but I really don't know by how much. I'm hoping that's not going to be an issue. This is overloaded with fuel. So if we have to dip a little bit into these tanks, shouldn't be an issue, but I'm hoping I won't have to. I also in no way tested the RCS blocks once I filled this up. I'm hoping it's okay. We'll find out when we get there. Okay. Let's watch this from Minmus's point of view. Start slowing this down. Come on, where are you? There it is. Oh, that actually worked out better. I know I'm not on my line, but I like being a little bit north of that. Well, yeah, actually, let's find out if I like being a little... Actually, I do not like being a little bit north. Okay, we'll call this. The reason why I don't like being a little bit north... I'm coming in so close. You got to pay attention when you're coming into a polar orbit which way around this is going. So the station's coming around this way, so up at the top here, it's going to be going to the right. We're going to be going this way, so we have to turn our trajectory through that angle. It would actually be better if we came in at the south and then we're going through the smaller angle. So let's set up that correction. Let's just make sure our solar panel... Oh, our solar panels should be fine. They're good enough. Let's set up our correction here. And again, we'll watch it from here. And I'm going to go to the south. So it shouldn't be... We'll see how much... There we go. It wasn't much of a... And what I want is for this to just touch the orbit here. So I'm going to really turn down the amount of this. I want it to be polar, but I want to just come in and just kind of touch this. I'm going to play a bit with the timing. Try and get the most efficient spot. You can tell the most efficient spot by just... Here, I'll click this on. We're 53 kilometers below, so if I move ahead 1,000 seconds, the distance that we're moving is going up. So that means I'm getting more bang for my buck. But then it starts going down again, so it's pretty close to the right spot. And you can see you're kind of... The differences are trivial, so you don't want to get too... This is not 2 times... Oh my gosh. That was a 1/10 of a meter per second difference there. I guess that's just what it is. What happens if I go radially this way? Radially that way. I think it's close enough. So when's that burn? That burns in 1 day and 4 hours. Bump. Let me just take a look at our relays here. I can turn? No, let's put that on. I want to know how long I gotta wait. When do I gotta do the relay fix? Okay, this guy's past its apoapsis, so it's got to do its circularization when it gets to... So 1 day and almost 4 hours for him. And for the other one... 1 day over 4 hours till it's at... Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong thing, silly. Apoapsis is 1 day, 3 hours. Okay, let's go back to the third one, because now I realize I was looking at the wrong. I was looking at the period. 1 hour... In 1 day and 3 hours, I gotta circularize. And if I go to this one... I can do this. 1 day, 3 hours, and 25 minutes... And I've completely forgotten, of course. 1 day and 3 hours, I got to be at Minmus. Let's switch to this one. This node is in 1 day, 4 hours, so it's after. So we should be doing the Minmus fixes first. All right. Let's get back to Minmus. This is where... a mod called Kerbal Alarm Clock really shines, is when you get this kind of stuff. Or you can be not stupid like me and don't have a half a dozen different things going on at the same time. Well, that was an exaggeration. Okay. 1 day, 3 hours. I'm already forgetting this. Which one am I on? Which one's you? You are Minmus Relay number 2. So you got to be in 1 day, 3 hours, and 17 minutes to circularize. That's when you're back at Apoapsis. Let's check on number 3. Remember that? Not 1 day, 3 hours, and 17 minutes. And you are 1 day, 3 hours, and 24 minutes. So the other one comes first. Minmus Relay 2. Switch to. All right, so what we're watching, and I'm going to watch this from map view because I think this is really where it's going to be the more clear. And I apologize. Let's focus on Minmus here. I really apologize for how messy all this stuff is, but it should be cleaning up pretty quickly. So again, we're looking at the phase angle. I want that phase angle to be 120 degrees. The fact that it's negative actually really doesn't matter. 120 degrees positive or negative is fine. And the satellite we're on is Minmus Relay 2. It's the one at the top, this one here. I just moved it to the bottom. And I'm hoping that this will move to 120 as we get closer to our Apoapsis. We will see. Now I'm going to click here so I can keep track of where my Apoapsis is. We're just going to time warp. And we're watching again that phase angle. You can see that it's increasing. It's now almost 90 degrees. 100 degrees. 110 degrees. Oh, it might be going. Oh, it's slowing down. It just hit 120. Doesn't have to be perfect, but at least it's better. 121. 121 degrees. That's I can live with 100. Oh, it's going down again now. 120.9. Look at that. 120.4. The reason why it's going back down is because up here towards Apoapsis, it's slowing down. That I like very much. So I'm going to just switch back to here. I think we're in a good spot. I want to look at this window and my time to Apoapsis. We're going to start burning at Apoapsis, and I want this to be, and the magic number is 1 day, 5 hours. Sorry, yeah, 1 day, 5 hours, 4 minutes, and 34 seconds. Woot. Okay, we're going to need to do a bit of a burn to do that. Okay, let's get to, we're still 10 minutes from Apoapsis, so let's get a little closer. Okay, there we go. Push this on prograde. A little closer still. Okay, we're about 30 seconds from Apoapsis. And again, the exact Apoapsis and periapsis aren't a big deal. It's getting all those periods to match, and then they'll stay in relation with each other. There we go. So 1 day, 5 hours, 4 minutes. Come on, 5 hours. And get closer to Apoapsis. Hi, Chase. Just arrived. We are circularizing our relay satellites, trying to make them look better. And I'm forgetting my numbers. 4 hours and 34 or 4 minutes and 34 seconds. Okay, we're at 4 minutes. We're gonna turn down this thrust itsy bitsy. In fact, I'm gonna put it 0.5. 0.5. 0.5. Doesn't like it that I just put a decimal first. Okay. So I want this period 4 minutes and 34 seconds. I got to add another 10 seconds to it. There. There. So to the nearest second, this is now the same. I'm going to shut down this engine. We're going to put it onto the normal vector. Whoops, I'm still locked to prograde. So that, and what did our phase angle end up being? Phase angle 120.0 degrees. I'm ecstatic. I did not expect that to work. So we are now exactly 120 degrees from Minmus Relay 1, which is exactly 1/3 of a circle. Okay, now we got to do the same thing for Minmus Relay 3. I am ecstatic that that worked so well. I'm stunned, in fact. Okay, we are 5 minutes from apoapsis. It's exactly the same plan. Our phase angle with Minmus Relay 1. I use Minmus Relay 1 as my common one to measure from. It's 120.4 again. That makes me really happy. This is our satellite here. So we're 120 degrees from that one. Okay. So we still got, get back to apoapsis one here. Just under 5 minutes. There's something super satisfying, I think, about getting relay satellite. Maybe it's just me, but I find it really satisfying getting these satellites to be looking good. Okay, you're gonna put a full thrust again. 5 hours, 4 minutes, and 34 seconds. You would think I can remember that. Overdid it. Overdoing it is not a big deal. We just flip around the other way. So 4 minutes, 34 seconds. So let's go down. Now I overdid it the other way, but now what we're going to do is really turn this thrust down. 34 seconds. You know, everything's so slow out here that I'm going to go again to 0.5. Everything's moving so slowly out here that you have the time to fiddle about. Okay, 31, 32, 33, 34. There we go. That should be it. Let's get rid of this. We should be able to shut this down. Let's get you back up. Put you back onto the normal vector for the sun, even though we're not in the sun right now. Get back to here. Let's take off the target so that all these icons disappear. So unset that target. So there they are. Let's put in the comm lines. One more. Ha! So I know that's a lot, but I'm hoping center that on Minmus. That looks pretty good. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. I think that looks all right. I took away, I can't read the phase angle anymore because I removed the target, but that looks very close to an equilateral triangle to me, and we now have a really nice little network in and around Minmus. All right, let's get back. Let's turn off all these comm lines. Put one on there. Let's get back to our fuel module. And this, I'm so paranoid about electricity on this thing. It seems to be okay. Which way should I? Yeah, pushing a little bit this way so I can get a bit better exposure. That should be all right. All right, we are still 45 minutes from our burn here. There is Kerbin and the moon off in the distance. Okay, I'm doing this manually because I found last time when I was if you do the Warp 2 maneuver node, it stops you a minute. I'm just looking at this too. The burn time is 0.7 seconds. I don't like that, so I'm going to turn that right down. Turn the thrust. This is such a teeny burn. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the burn with RCS is what I'm going to do. That is what we're going to do. But last time, when you automatically warp to the maneuver node, it stops you a minute ahead of when you're supposed to do the burn. And I found that that felt... I was tight orienting this thing onto the node. So I'm just doing this manually right now. Though to be honest, you don't have to burn right at this time. This is not that time dependent. So we'll just get close to it. If I've been saying Eve instead of Minmus, I'm seeing some stuff in the comments. That's not too unusual for me. Start mixing up words. If I've been saying Eve instead of Minmus, I am sorry. Or maybe I'm just catching part of a conversation that has nothing to do with me. I don't know. Okay, we're orienting this onto our maneuver node. And I think I am, well, let's see. I'll start with doing it with the main engines, and then maybe we'll finish this off with RCS. Hello, Dan. Yeah, I've been noticing there's a lot of Eve talk going on in the chat. All right, I want to focus this on to Minmus again. Focus the view. And again, just here, let's get just one thing showing. Oop, no, that way. There we go. Here's our target orbit. I'm bringing this down. And, well, we'll see how it goes. I just want to get this trajectory to just touch the gray orbit. There, maybe this is the better view for it. So let's just do this now. I don't have to wait for the timer to get to 0 because it's not that time dependent. I'm just burning very slowly. I love watching trajectory lines dance around. There's something very nerdy about that I like. Okay, I'm going to try and see, put on RCS, and just do some puffs with the RCS. Yeah, I can do this more finely than that. That's looking good. I like that. That is exactly it. Okay, and we'll have to fix inclination and all the rest of that stuff when we get there, but that's when we get there. We're going to get there in, what the heck? We got a lot. 6 days, 3 hours, and 48 minutes. And just because we don't have enough going on, I'm going to start my Kerbals on their way here. So we'll have 2 ships on their way to Minmus at the same time. I'm just playing with, again, oh, you know what? There's 100% exposure right now on those solar panels. I think that should be okay. Should turn this thrust back up, because we're probably going to need it. Okay, electricity generation is fine. Yep, okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to get back to Kerbin. And around Kerbin, I have a Kerbin Station. And on Kerbin Station, I have some Kerbals. And we're going to Minmus. So this is Kerbin Station. It's been a while since we've been here. But what is on Kerbin Station is this ship here, the Keries. And it can hold up to 4 Kerbals and has... I'm not sure how much Delta V it has. I think it's getting close to 2 kilometers, but I don't think it's quite there. But we're going to use this to get to Minmus. And I'm pretty sure it's all fueled up, because I had brought up a fuel barge at one point. It's now mostly empty. But what we can do, yep, and monopropellant, it has monopropellant. Yep, okay, let's start transferring Kerbals over. So we got for our Kerbals, just because they are here. We have our pilot Kurtop. We have our scientist Bob. Bob has, by the way, been the only Kerbal to walk on the surface in this playthrough of Another World. So he's planted a flag on the moon. And now he's going to get a chance to do it on Minmus. Maybe not today, but maybe next week. And we got Nabo. So let's start moving them over here. So we'll transfer Kurtop. And transfer Nabo. And transfer Bob. I'm pretty sure there's only 4 that can fit in here. This looks like the only one that's... No, wait. This one's facing... We'll see how this looks. I'm just looking... This one's facing backwards, and I put my pilot into the one that's facing backwards. I'm hoping that won't be a problem, but let's find out. So we're going to undock. We're on the station here. All right. Are we... Can I control from here? We're facing... I'm looking at Kerbin. Yeah, no, this is right. We're facing the right direction. That's good. That's good, that's good, that's good. Okay. SAS on. Let's orient it this way for solar panel purposes. I'm noticing this thing has precious little, no, and not just precious little, I put no science on this, so we'll have to send something up there to collect the science. Anything else? And there are no antennas on this either. I don't think there are. Oh, well, whatever. We got Kerbals to fly, they just won't be able to talk home. They're okay. Alright, we're going to Minmus. I don't know why I'm scrolling so far out. Now, the one thing is that Kerbin Station is in an equatorial orbit, while Minmus's orbit is clearly inclined. Ideally, if I can do the transfer at either the ascending or the descending node, it will be easier. Of course, there's no guarantee. In fact, it's exceedingly unlikely that Minmus will be where I want it to be when I get out there. I think we're just missing it. I'm not decided yet how I'm going to do this. We might end up doing the plane change mid-course. It depends on if this works out relatively conveniently. So we're missing Minmus going this way. You can tell from where Minmus is. But perhaps if I move this around to the other side, to the equatorial ascending node, or the relative ascending node, we'll take some juice off of this. Oh, I'm back here, maneuver node. Oh, I know what I did. I hit the retrograde icon here. All right, we are missing Minmus by a lot, but let's see what happens when we pop ahead in orbit. Oh, they're getting closer together, but we are going... We're going ahead in orbits. It's all a question of whether it's worth the wait. Ba-na-na-na. Whoa, 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 what happened there? Oh, we're hitting the moon. Look at those creeping together. Of course, we're talking about orbits of Kerbin, which, you know, is not very long. Da-na-na-na. Oh, hitting the moon again. Come on, we should be getting Minmus soon. There. So this is in 15 days. I don't know. I'm not sure it's worth the wait. Let's do this again. I'm not sure it's worth the wait. And that's one way to do it. Let's look at the other way to do it. The other way to do it is to make your maneuver out. You're going to miss, which is fine. But then what you do is you do the normal thing, which is to do this. There we go. Oh, we're doing a big miss here. This is a bit of a pain, I think. It's hard to tell where exactly. It might be my best. I mean, you want to get them as close as you can so your correction is as minimal as it can be. I'm going to go with that. And then what I'm hoping is a relatively minimal correction burn. So you can make the choice whether the correction here is worth, or you could wait 15 days. This correction burn I don't think is a lot. Is there anywhere I can look at the... It's 20 meters per second. I'm going to do this. We're going to do this. So, you know, 20 meter per second burn, 20 meter per second approximately correction burn, or I can wait 15 days. Those are my two choices. I really do like, with all of this stuff, that KSP gives you a nice way here to flip between adjusting your two nodes. That's great. So if you're doing kind of planning multiple burns, it really is handy, but I don't think we're going to worry about it. I think we're going to head out right now. We're just going to do this. So 13 minutes. Let's see here. One thing you got to be careful about. I'm pushing slash. The other slash. Shoot. Prograde. I'm dancing around the station here a little bit. Is this full thrust? Yes, it is. It's not activated though. Activate the engine. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna give myself a little bit of thrust right now. Because I'm a little worried that there we go. I want to be past this station. I don't want to end up doing this maneuver and then banging right into the station. That would be really bad. I think I'm missing it now. Right? Yeah, I am. I'm all good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. But it is something to be conscious about. I've done it. Okay. 2, 1, and hit it. And this is 2 minutes and 3 seconds because... Yeah. What did we have? We had about 1900 meters per second in this thing. Should be fine. Not sure why. Communitron, not putting communications on it was a complete oversight on my part. That was pretty silly. But at least it'll always have cripples. We'll have to send some science up. I do like these kind of roundy pods. I know they come with the Making History DLC, but they're really nice to build spacecrafts like this. I just like the looks of them. Much better than the no offense to the American style pods. I'm sure, you know, you land on the moon and everything. You obviously had superior technology, but the Russians had just cooler looking ships. I'm sorry. And we got about 200 meters per second left. Not sure if this would be worthwhile watching it from map view. Probably. And we'll just slow down here a little bit for the last few meters per second. Oh, overdid it a little bit, but I don't think that's a big deal. Okie doke. You know what? I should put on... Keep track of where you are. Don't want you to blow by Minmus before we get, you know, while I'm busy playing with this. Alright, so... we have to do an orbital correction here. Okay, view this from Minmus. And I got to do a little bit of radial. I can see that. Where's our maneuver? Way over here. Well, let's bring it more this way. Yeah. And again, what you can do is crank up the time like to 1,000 seconds and see Is that bringing me... See, that's bringing me further away from Minmus, so that's not as good. So we can play with the timing of this till we're... Now, whoops. Now it's starting to go back up my distance to Minmus. But again, you can sort of see that it's not affecting much the timing. Kind of going around Minmus and coming around and hitting it again and getting this second one. Okay, let's crank this down. And again, I think I need to come radially this way. Yep. Now, what side do I want to... Again, looking at the small angle, the station's coming this way. We're coming... No, I want to come again to the south. That's too much. Let's dial this down. Radially this way. Let's dial this really down. And it's the same plan, just to touch the orbit. That looks pretty darn close. So a 47 meter per second burn's what that turned out to be. My initial estimate was off, but it'll get the job done. We should be okay. So that's coming up in a day and 2 hours. This guy I know is way more than that away. Okay, so what we'll do here, we'll just warp. I'm just watching this. But I can see it's not getting, I don't know, I'm paranoid about my fuel module getting ahead of the game here. Okay, we are got to put this on the node here. So we got 2 things now on the way to Minmus. And again, the exact timing here is no big deal, so I don't have to wait for that to get down to 0. I'm just going to do this right now. 3 seconds, so let's just get started. Oh, and I'm just realizing as well, fuel's not an issue. There's going to be 4,000 units of fuel sitting at Minmus Station by the time these folks get there. They'll be able to fuel right back up again. Fuel is not a problem. Yeah, let's get a better view of this. And again, let's try RCS to sort of... I think that's a little bit... Back a bit. There's no happy spot in there. We'll just leave it like that. Okay. Turn that off. Turn that off. Okay, we will put you... pointing downwards just for make sure solar panels are. That's I'm sure good enough. Alright, let's get to our fuel barge. Where is it? There, you're gonna get there first for sure. Okay. Oh. You see what I mean? Why I keep checking. Look at the solar panels now with the sun. It's the one design thing, well, that I've noticed so far anyway, that really is not very well thought out. It's just where those solar panels are. I don't know what possessed me to stick them in there. Okay, we're getting some good... There we go. We're getting some rays now. Alright, so... we have... Boop, 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 boop. We are there in 5 days and an hour, so let's just click here somewhere. Warp to here. Okay, saying goodbye to Kerbin. Where are you, Minmus? There you are. Coming in on Minmus. Nice. Much further until we're in the SOI itself. Another hour? Goodness sakes. Alright, coming in on Minmus now. So here... let's focus on Minmus. That all looks pretty happy. So here's what we're gonna do. What we want to do is set the station as a target. We're going to get our capture, but at the same time, we're also going to get an orbit. Well, I don't know yet. Let's go one thing at a time. Let's get our capture. Not going to fix inclination down here. Inclination is best fixed up high. I think so. Yeah, let's start playing around with and getting. So I'm looking at these close encounter indicators. I think I'm mumbling a lot. I know. Are they moving? So we're gonna burn more retrograde. Oh, they are. Notice the orange one doesn't move when I add on more retrograde like that. So that means that I'm actually not past this orange icon, target icon down there. So I just want to move it ahead. I'm just going to go by seconds now until I see the orange one jump. There it goes. And now I got a better feel for, so again, I want to get this encounter. That is clearly not, I got to look at the purple ones. The orange ones aren't doing it. Okay. Not a problem. I'm not hitting it. There's the... why am I not seeing the distance to target here? There it is, 9.4 kilometers. 1.1 kilometers. Wow, that's pretty darn close. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into this orbit, and that sets up an encounter, and then we're going to make an inclination change right up here. Now I just want to get a feel for how much that inclination change is going to be, because another option is to make this orbit higher, and then this inclination change will be cheaper, but I don't have a ton of delta V. 210 meters per second only left, so I got to be a little bit cautious here. Of course, I can dip into the reserves. Yeah, that's getting expensive. So I think, let's delete this one. I think I'm better off making this a higher orbit. So let's select that node and start adding prograde to it. That brings it around. So that's still getting an encounter, but now we end up doing a couple of loops first. How big can I make this? Still getting an encounter. Of course, at some point I'm going to be exiting Minmus's SOI. That's still working. That's still working. I'm going to do it till... Okay, that's too much, obviously. So let's come in a bit. Okay, let's get the encounter now. So it'll take more time, but it will take less fuel. Okay, so you can see we got a pretty close encounter here. It's good enough. So, but that should make our inclination change at least as cheap as it can be. We'll see how that goes. So that burn's coming up in 2 hours and 33 minutes. And it is a 28-second burn. Is this on full? It is. Getting good solar exposure. So let's just, again, I'm going to do this manually because of how hard it is to turn this around. Whoa! Gosh dang it! Oh dear. Oh dear. Now you know. Oh no, I might have just botched this royally. Shoot! This is why I like alarm clock. No! Where are we? Okay, what is our orbit like after this? I'm trying to decide. It ain't brutal. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. I think at this point, trying to get a capture this far out from Minmus would be futile. So I'm going to let this leave Minmus's SOI. Shoot, so we can delete this node. We're going to end up in this orbit here. Our periapsis is safely away from Kerbin, but then we're going to have to try and finagle another encounter with Minmus. Shoot, shoot, and double shoot. That was just stupid. F9. I see F9. Yeah. That, of course, necessitates pushing F5 first, doesn't it? Boom. Okay, there we go. So we're in this. It ain't a disaster. Done worse. Let's set Minmus again as a target. Oh my gosh. I can't believe... Okay, we are coming around. Let's just... Okay, where's our spaceship, by the way? Have I double messed this up somehow? Sorry. Oh, no! Did I... What did I do here? Oh, boy. So, okay, these guys... I thought these guys were a mile away from Minmus. You know, last episode I did last week I did all kinds of stuff like this, and now I'm doing it again. I'm not quite sure what I did. They must have. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what a mess. Okay. Well, thankfully they can spend as much time in here. Okay. All right. I suppose one thing at a time. Let's deal with these folks. So. Wow. Okay. I don't know what to say. Okay, we're going to put a maneuver here at periapsis. So both of them blew right by Minmus because of my inattentiveness. We're going to have to try and finagle another encounter. So I'm going to give myself a smidge of retrograde. We'll save this. We'll save this. Whoops. Oh, I did it again. Stop doing that. I keep clicking this retrograde button instead of this retrograde button. A little bit of retrograde. And what I'm looking at is this close encounter here. And now we don't have any choice. We've got to start popping ahead orbits until we get a reasonable... That might have been my best bet right there. A reasonable shot. Okay, let's move this out to here. Oh my gosh, what a mess. Okay, that's not the way to go. Normal's the way to go because we're so inclined. Because both of them came in underneath Minmus the way they did. Both of them have been kicked into these high inclined orbits. So I'm just fiddling with this. Of course, this is a lot of fuel. These guys actually aren't going to be too starved for fuel. And I'm getting my encounter now. Oh my gosh. Okay, no more manual time warps for me. Focus this view on Minmus. Okay, let's see if I can get it closer just by adjusting the time. Where's the burn? Here it is. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Come on, pay attention. Okay. Earlier is better. Because we're in such an inclined orbit, it feels... The normal and radial buttons feel reversed from what they normally do. Okay, here it comes. All right. Now, which way around? Yeah, we definitely still want to come south of it. I don't know. Maybe this will work out well. I don't know. Maybe this will save our capture costs. Oh, what a mess. Okay, let's scale this right down. Whoops. I think I'm better off not getting too fiddly with this. Okay, the upside is we have a much smaller encounter angle with that orbit. If there can be an upside, that's going to be the upside. Of course, these folks are going to be in space a lot longer than we initially anticipated. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm calling that. So that burns in 46 days. Oh my lord. Okay, we're just going to put this on there for the solar panels. Okay, let's get back to our barge. Where is our barge here? Here's our barge. All right. Again, here, let's just roll this. Really got to watch the solar panels on this one. Okay. We are way out here in the middle of nowhere. So again, putting a maneuver at periapsis, giving it a tiny amount of retrograde. The only reason I give it any burn at all is just so I can see where, actually maybe a bit of prograde. I just want to see where these encounter indicators are. So there's one of them. Where's the other one? Oh, way over there. So again, we're going to just hop ahead orbits until they're fairly close together. That might be as good as they're going to get. And then we're going to move the maneuver node away from periapsis, out around here somewhere. And again, we got to finagle ourselves an encounter, right? Is it just me, or did I lose? Oh, it's way over there. Would it be better in another orbit? No, that's worse. Back in orbit? Nope, there we go. That's as close as I'm likely to get them. So again, this has to be all radial and normal. Oh, this is really finicky. There we go. Now they're far apart again. I keep losing one of... There's one of them. Where's the other closing? Oh, it's over here. Back in orbit again? Forward in orbit. Well, I'm not quite sure why it's being so finicky. Okay, they're very close. Okay. We're going to make this work. We're going to make this work. Oh my gosh. Every tiny adjustment just has... There, they're very close again. Now, come on, let's stay close together. I don't know why every change is making such a huge difference. Let's just stick with this. No. Oh, I got Something. I got some kind of an encounter. Focus on the Minmus here. Can I dial that in? That is the question. Here, come on, come on, come on. I know it when you're so many orbits ahead of time, it really doesn't like stuff. Oh my gosh. Normal? No, that wasn't. Yeah. Try a bit of retrograde? No, I think that's a mistake. Oh my gosh. I'm really trying to get this thing close. I'm wondering if maybe I'm better off just not trying to be too... Yeah, it's moving it further away. If I got closer to the maneuver and it's not so many orbits in the future, this should be less glitchy. I think I'm going to leave it for now, and we'll adjust it when we get closer to it. But, I mean, it's 119, almost 119 days in the future. So, that's a bit of an issue. But let's, right now, switch back to our Kerbals here. Oh, my gosh. No thrilling space rescue. These folks can rescue themselves. Okay, I'm going to use the trusted warp to maneuver node this time. We're going to be doing a few orbits of Kerbin here. Here we go. Coming around, Kerbin. Where'd Kerbin go? Lost Kerbin. Okay, we're very close to the maneuver. This is a big one, too. Thankfully, these guys have a lot of fuel. And it feels like I am burning in a completely useless direction, but somehow that's supposed to get me closer to Minmus. We'll see. We shall see. I do have the throttle on full, right? Yes. Okay. Well, yeah, we're moving this orbit a lot. This is definitely not the most efficient thing to do, but maybe getting these folks here first is not a bad plan. All right, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. We're going to get these people to Minmus Station one way or another. Last few of these just from here. Good enough. Good enough. We're on our way. All right, we're going to be there in just 4 days. The other thing, the fuel module is a long ways off, so we won't worry about it. At least these guys are fairly well separated in terms of time now. There's at that. Okay. All right, this time we're going to do it. This time we're going to do it. Yeah, just poke a hole in your glove and fly like Iron Man. We're getting there. Oh, I should have really paid attention more to solar panels, but I think we're okay. We're now coming in on a very inclined orbit, which is good. Okay, why am I having so much trouble just getting this? There we go. That's what I'm shooting for. Okay. Alright, let's do this. So, here we are coming in. How is our trajectory? I think I want to go a little bit this way. That is, I gotta think about this, that is positive normal. So positive normal, I think it's that one. We're just gonna tweak this with RCS. I'm gonna bring that periapsis right onto here. So hopefully, there, like that. And I think the other way is fine. That's great. Okay, so let's set that as our target. Our relative inclination is now, look at how little our relative inclination is. So that at least is going to be a cost saving there. Add a maneuver. I don't think as much of a cost saving as what we just did. I'm just thinking of the fact that I could have done a burn that was more efficient to get here, but I didn't want to do it because it was going to take me an extra 15 days. Now we're 58 days into this mission. Oh, dearie, dearie, dear. Okay. Anyway, let's get our encounter. So, retrograde. Oh, and again, notice how those orange guys aren't moving, so that just means we need to move a little bit more forward in time. There they go. When they jump, that tells you got it right. And we're gonna go as close as we can. I'm not. Can I get it one more? Wow, that's ambitious. Because with a 7.5 degree inclination difference, I don't think the inclination change is going to be much. Okay. One of these numbers is telling me my closest approach. There it is, 0.24. Okay, I saw 0.7 kilometers there for a closest approach. Okay, so we're going to be getting in. We're going to do this burn. We're going to do one more orbit, and we're going to say hello to Keries Station. That's what we want to do. So where is Minmus here? Minmus must be... Where are you, Minmus? Let's point the ship at Minmus. Okay, am I blind? Okay. Oh, I'm pointing away from Minmus. Oh my gosh. What a special guy I am. Blue is up. Alright, I'm just going to hit this. So here he comes. Here comes Minmus. No, if I had Kerbalism installed, these people would be toast. No, if I had Kerbalism installed, I would absolutely be aborting this mission. I think there would be no choice but to abort this mission because they would have run out of life support. Radiation alone would have been a huge problem. So I would have aborted the mission, got them back to Kerbin, and just said and called it a day. All right. So, oh, I can put this on here so I can track our closest approach. Got it coming up in 20 seconds. Okay. All right, yeah, and these folks are going to be in desperate need of a shower when this is all done, that's for sure. 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Something that should have been taken only about a week to get to Minmus Station is now on day 59. Slow this down for the last bit of it. And I'm just looking at my intersect 1 there. Get that. I saw it around 0.7 kilometers, so I should be able to get down close to about that. Okay, I think I overcooked it, so we'll use a little RCS. Oh, it's too jumpy. There we go. Sorry, every little change was making a big difference, but we're coming within a kilometer, which is going to be fine. Solar panels have some exposure, so that is good. Let's then just time warp along. I'm going to put this on free view because it always seems to look better that way. And with our slight, I'm not even, do I need to worry about inclination? Should I? I probably should. Yeah, let's worry about inclination. I was going to fix the, like, because if you match velocities with the ship as you approach, that will take care of the inclination for you, or match velocities with your target, I mean. But it's probably a better idea to do our inclination difference here. So I'm going to click there so I can, shoot. Let's click on the descending node so I can keep track of my relative inclination, and then we're going to, this should not be much of a burn. I'm hoping it's not much of a burn or else I'm in trouble. Okay, so we're going to bring down our relative inclination to 0, or close as we can get to it. It's glitching between. There we are. And we're going to check on our encounter here. That should not have affected the encounter that much. What happened to our... I'm curious, like, there's our one encounter. It says now it's 10. Why don't we do it from this way? I can see here our closest approach is now 10 kilometers. But let's play around a little bit with... That's bringing it down. Let's give a little bit more on this. There we go. And our relative inclination is still very small. It's making it worse. All right, we'll go with that. Our closest approach is 350 meters. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the indicators here. They seem to be a little... Or maybe... I don't know. Oh, no, it's there. Oh, it's just hiding behind the periapsis. I don't know what's going on. Let's do the burn. Let's do the burn. Let's do the burn. Let's do the burn. Burn is very short, so we'll... Actually, we'll probably just do this with monopropellant, but let's do it this way. Okay. Yep, doing the burn... Well, I'm happy with how it turned out, but you can, like, I could have fixed the inclination and then worried about getting the encounter back. That's dealing with just one variable at a time, or I think in this situation it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Sometimes it's cheaper to combine burns together, so that's always something to think about. Let's just do this. Okay. And again, we'll finish this off with RCS here. This thing has powerful RCS thrusters. There we go. 565 meter per second closest approach. I am fine with that. And we're going to be there in 52 minutes. Let's do it. Trying to just put this in a position where the solar panels are... Oh, there's our station there. I can see it. Well, I can't see it, but there's a waypoint there for it. We're pretty close to it. All right. Let's time warp to our encounter. We'll keep an eye on our station coming out here, too. So this time I'm going to be careful with my time warping. It's going to come past us, and then we should be getting closer to it again. Because of our angle difference here. Our inclination difference. Well, we just came over a pole, obviously. I do not know which one. Okay, let's put it on retrograde. Let's start zeroing this in. We're about 2 minutes away from target. Probably should have started doing this earlier, but I'm doing it now. Oh, that's making it worse. That's interesting. I was pushing the retrograde icon onto the target icon, but that was actually making this encounter distance worse, so I'm paying more attention to this now. It's getting worse again. Feels like I should go this way. That's feeling better now. Oh, getting bigger again. These are nowhere near each other. Our paths are so curved, I think. Still coming within 400 meters. Still feels like... I don't know, I'm just going to put it on it. Something feels funky. I'm just going to do this. Just head straight at it. There we go. And we'll just kind of steer it in. It's funny how it's saying my closest approach is 800 something meters, but I'm like 133 meters from it, so it's clearly just confused. It starts slowing down. I can't pay attention to that anymore. Slow down. Just move right at it. Only 100 meters away. Okay. We'll switch to here. Where are we going to dock? We're going to dock. Where's our... Where is us? Oh, for goodness sakes. Okay, let's just do that one. Go back. Did I pick a decent one? Oh, set as a target. Sure, why not? We'll go for that one. Okay. So that means we need to push our retrograde icon away a bit from the planet, because it looks like I'm going for the one that's pointed towards Minmus. Okay. Control from here. Oh, this should be good. Can make my life easier by reorienting the station. But I'm not going to do that because making my life easier doesn't seem to be what I'm all about. Okay, let's go over here. Let's see here. Where am I? There, I'm below it. Okay, this is the docking port I think I'm going for. Yeah, control from here. This heading, it's minus 45 and about... I'm going to call that 195. So, whoops, why did I do that? This heading needs to be positive 45, positive, and 195 plus 180 is 300 and something. About... That doesn't feel right. That's feeling right this way. Trying to orient the docking ports and doing an atrocious job of it. We are going past. Okay, that has us going in the right direction, but way too fast. Oh, these reaction control thrusters are too powerful. Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, which? Oh my gosh, this is a there. That looks about right. Oh, I should have made this easier on myself. Please. Come on. There we go. All right, so we're here. That is one half of the mission complete. That came out okay. There are reaction wheels tucked in here. I should turn them off. Don't know where I put them, but I know they're in here somewhere. Oh, I should have put that on an action group or something. Oh, we'll hunt for them later. Yeah, I need to adjust the throttle on... Adjusting the throttle on those RCSs would have been a good idea. And speaking of adjusting RCS, I'm going to show these, and I'm going to put on the yaw, pitch, and the roll, so I can use RCS for... So I can use the RCS for attitude adjustment. Which is really funny because I noticed on the other ship that I don't have yaw, pitch, and roll turned off, yet that one absolutely doesn't need it. And this one that probably could benefit from having some yaw, pitch, and roll control. Fortunately, you have to do each one of these... Reset the camera. You have to do each one of these separately, which is really annoying. Okay, and then there's a bunch up here too. Like, they were put on with symmetry, obviously, yet for some reason doing the adjustments on one only does the adjustments on one. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, okay. Alright, solar panels. How are we doing, solar panels? Not too happy, I can tell. So we're going to go this way. Bam. Spun it all the way around. Oh my gosh. There. I have 0 sun exposure. Come on, find that sun. There it is. All right. Okay, we are 67 days from our maneuver, so let's get this done. Woo! Woo, okay. One more time around, I think. All right. Okay. Oh, we are only 36. Oh my gosh. Okay, RCS on. It stopped with only a few seconds to go, but I think we're all right. Okay. Turn that off. Not like I got fuel to burn here. Or well, no, I do have fuel to burn. I have tons of it. We had all this too. We can dip into that a little bit if we need to. Okay. Okay, I'm just doing this burn by watching the maneuver. Because I got a feeling things aren't going to be pretty after this anyway, and we're going to have to do another one. So, set up another encounter, another burn here. And focus our view on Minmus. Wow, we're not encountering Minmus for another 31 days. That's what was making this all so funky. Okay. That's why this was so weird, because it was an encounter like several... It was an encounter more orbits in the future than... Here it comes. So what I'm going to do, let's kill this. Let's push this ahead another orbit. Okay, we're encountering Minmus. Oh my gosh, this is why this is so confusing. We're encountering Minmus in 30 days. So now this maneuver is 23 days. So now it's on the same orbit as the orbit in which we are approaching Minmus. This should work better now. That's what was making that all so confusing before. Now this should be far less twitchy. I wish I realized that as I was doing it. Yay, it's much better. Unfortunately, our encounter stinks. Okay, which way are we coming through here? We are coming through this way. Kerbin Station's going around this way. So on the bottom here, it's going to be going around. Kerbin Station will be going this way. We're going this way. How much of a change in... Oh my gosh. That's the smaller angle. So yeah, we still want to come in from the south. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. It still is not a pretty... It's not a pretty picture. To say the least. We're going to make it work. One way or another, we're going to make this work. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. We are coming in at such a whacked angle. I'm not sure this could have been much worse. So we're coming in like this. Kerbin Station's going to go... Oh my gosh. You know what I think the best plan is? Because I don't like how close my periapsis was coming to Minmus. Is to leave this out a little bit. Just get a capture and just make it work. I think that's my best plan. Because this is ugly. I don't know, maybe we can make it come... No. I'm just going to get a capture and make this work. Just going to do this. That's it. I'm not even caring about efficiency now. I just want to get it done. Time, yes. Oh, okay, I guess it's not too far into the stream. It just feels a long ways. Okay. Again, solar panels. Worst solar panels placement ever. Okay, they seem to be alright. This will help. Alright, let's again warp to that. I'm going to hit F5 this time. Because I don't want to go backwards. Okay, we're going to be going around a bit. Still 23 days to this maneuver. I think we're going to be going around Kerbin one more time. So here we go. It's interesting how... now it's not time warping as fast as it just did. That is really weird. Yeah, I'll never ever put solar panels into a stupid indent like this again. They go on the outside. I don't know why. I think I know why I did it, because I was thinking about, you know, a fairing will cover this nice when I put this thing into orbit and all of that. That's what I was thinking about. But once in space, their performance stunk. It was dumb. It was a dumb idea. This is how not to... This is Minmus the hard way. Absolutely. This is Minmus the bonehead way. This is Minmus when you don't bother quick saving before you do time warping. A judicious quick save would have saved this problem. Star still full yet? But we're gonna get it done. I am determined. And let's face it, if it wasn't for the mistakes, this wouldn't be nearly as much fun without mistakes. That's what the game is all about, is making bonehead mistakes and then dealing with it and making it work anyway. And that's what we're gonna do. Go about half throttle here. Good enough. And just to give... This thing's now been in space for 229 days. It's stupid. It's just ridiculous. I am embarrassed. Okay. Again, solar panels. Think about solar panels. If I just turn it this way, that should be better. Nope, they are being occluded. Oh, now they're not. Okay, stop it. Stop! Ah! I was rolling the wrong way. I'm going to use the time here. Time warp a bit. Stop it. There we go. I'm going to do that. Okay. We are coming towards Minmus. We are going to be at Minmus's SOI in 8 days. Look at our path to Minmus. I'm just watching this. It's stupid. It is absolutely stupid. Okay, let's warp to here. Where's Minmus? Here we come. We're coming for you, Minmus. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's just get into Minmus's SOI. Alright, let's look at the situation here. So I think my best plan is just getting a capture right here, right now, leaving my apoapsis up high, and getting the inclination right, and then just, of course, going retrograde always helps with that. I think I'm getting punchy. I think I'm starting to lose my mind just a little bit here. Come on. That should be good. So we're just going to get this capture right here. This is where we messed up before, but we're not going to mess up this time. And I say we, as in me, of course, because it's me that's the problem. Okay, let's time warp to this. Okay, get that onto the maneuver. At least after this, we're now captured. This should be easier now after this. Okay, here we go. Haven't dipped into our reserve fuel yet. But we might have to. We'll see. Oh, going up again. Okay. This was just to get a capture, so there was nothing precise about this. So let's set our station here as a target. Oh, dearie dear, this is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Okay, we have a relative inclination with the station of 82.6 degrees. It's hard to make it any worse than that, but it is what it is. Okay, so what we need to do is, we're going to fix this inclination right now. Now, actually, I can't. Oh, no, I can't. That's right. So, come on, give me that node back. Okay, don't give me it back. So, 80, that's the wrong way. This way. Now, when you do these big inclination changes, you always end up also messing up like your orbit. So you have to give it retrograde at the same time. It's a combination of the two of them. Oh, it's not. If anything, I might have gone a little too far there. Okay, let's tweak this in. I want that periapsis to be 50 because that's my... Okay. We're going to get our periapsis at 50 degrees and our inclination at... That's the goal. Inclination, relative inclination is 0 and periapsis at 50. That is what I want. You're going to give it to me. Right? Because you're nice. I should maybe get this picky. Oh, okay, let's see. No, that's going. I want retrograde more. Getting close to what I want. It's almost like, it's so funny that they almost switch role. You know what? I'm going to live with this, I think. Okay, so that is a... What is this now? This is a 79 meter per second burn, and we have 56 meters per second left in this tank. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to do a little bit of a fuel steal. I want to still... Here, let's... Out. Out. I'm not sure why I'm doing this now. I'm thinking about it. It's going to work fine. Yeah, this is stupid. You can just use the fuel that's there. All right. Okay, so 19. Let's again quick save so that I don't... I'm tired of fixing things. Solar exposure is good. And let's warp to this one. So, there we go. Once I'm around, and there we are. We're a minute away. You definitely always want to make inclination changes as far away from your parent body as you can. The further, the better. We're going to watch this from here because this is going to be funky. Big plane change. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. I'm cool with that, I think. What is our relative inclination now is 0.3 degrees. That is happy. I'm even getting close to the station as we come blowing down here, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push it prograde right now. I want to just raise... I'm close enough to Apple Wap, so just going to raise that periapsis just a smidge. I wonder if I can do this with... I think I've been using RCS too much. I can do this with the motors. I think that's pretty good. And I'm going to put... even though we're getting really close to an encounter here, it's going to be a very high encounter speed. Oh, it's not that high. Oh, heck with it. Let's get this done. I was thinking this is going to be a really high encounter speed, and then I remembered my encounter speed, my relative speed at the encounter here is only 33 meters per second. So what I'm going to do is just simply add a maneuver here and just get our encounter now. Right now. That's the wrong way. I think this is a tiny, this is going to be nothing. Gotta adjust the timing of this a little bit. A little radially out, yep. If you find you're coming in too fast, a little bit of radial out slows you down. I saw a point there. We got 200 meter closest approach. Got this burn coming up in just 11 minutes. I can tell my solar panels have decided that they don't like the way they are. So let's get that sorted out. Have I mentioned this is the worst solar panel placement ever? I think I have mentioned that more than one occasion. There we go. It's funny how like zero exposure, and all of a sudden like 0.96 exposure. Like it happens so quick. Okay, here, let's warp to this. Now I can actually look at this from here. I'm just going to watch this from here. Should be able to get it down to a couple of 100 meters per second. And we're going to do this 0.4 meter per second burn with just RCS. Mostly radial. Mostly radial. Just kind of slowing us down a little bit so we hit the station when we want to. Well, hopefully not hit station, if you know what I mean. Oh, I'm still locked to prograde, for goodness sakes. It's like the dumbest thing. RCS, push. There we go. 193 meter per second closest approach. And dun. How's my solar panels doing? Good enough. Okay, F5 again. I gotta learn to quick save just more. Okay, here we go. We're gonna be there in 2 hours and 20 minutes, so. Here's the station. Put that on retrograde for the target. It is within sight, sort of. Well, the waypoint is anyway. This, of course, is not exactly a nimble craft. So, let's try and see if we can reduce this distance here a bit. Oh, no, that made it worse. Okay. Again, it's gotten funky. I don't know. We'll just watch it. We were making it closer, and then all of a sudden it suddenly jumped up, and I don't trust this time to closest approach anymore either. Oh, I have a camera swing. Oh my gosh. As we come over the pole. Okay, slow down. Slow down a lot. Come on, slow down a whole lot. Come on. Now it's giving me good information here. Okay. Control from here. Get ready to dock. Oh, I really kind of wasn't. Okay, let's time work closer. Also, my time is. Reduce my speed a lot, is what I did. Maybe that's not a bad thing, though. That's what time warping is for. Now, because this thing is such a beast, here, we're going to pin this over here. I'm going to come over here. We're going to pin this one over here. We're going to set this one as a target. We're going to control this one from here. And we're going to point this to the target icon right there. So now that docking port should be pointed straight at our friend there. And that should make our lives better. Okay, and then we're going to go back to here. Set this as a target. And I can see here we've got to slow down a bit more. No. And we're going to spin this around. And I'm just making my life easier by this way by... I don't need this anymore. Don't need this anymore. By just pointing the two docking ports right at each other. And that should, RCS, that should have everything pointing at each other just right. Okay, so put this right on the target icon. Use RCS to move that prograde vector onto the target icon. This should be doing it. Let's push ourselves a bit forward. Doing this the easy way. Let's aim the camera here. Because I've done enough the hard way today. It's time to do some things the easy way. Slow down a little bit. To say this thing has momentum is putting it mildly. And I think I should still have enough fuel. Oh, I do. I definitely do. I need to have over 4,000 units of liquid fuel, and I have 4,173. So this should be the contract once this stuff is all together. Let's put in more. Just about there. Oh, they look like it's... Oh my gosh, how did this end up being so... I thought I had this all lined up perfect-like. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, this way. You're doing it, you're doing it, you're doing it, you're doing it. Come on, you can do it. A little bit down, this way. A little bit. Oh, that's the wrong way. This way, this way, this way, this way, this way. Come on. Come on. There we go. Let's very quickly turn off these reaction wheels because they're pretty... Toggle that torque. Toggle that torque. Get the wobbling to stop. There are reaction wheels tucked in here somewhere. Is this him? I think I see him. Toggle that torque. We're getting a lot of wobbling happening. Let's turn off all those reaction wheels. There's just, and we'll time warp to stop that. Please tell me this is world first milestone. Okay, I got a pile of milestones here. Performed our first rendezvous maneuver. We started a space station. Performed a docking maneuver. We have entered into suborbital flight about Minmus. We must have done that during the inclination change, but did I not? What on earth happened with... Oh, maintain... Okay, no. I am... Where is my... new orbital space station around Minmus? Build a new station that has an antenna, has docking ports, and can generate its own power. You have at least 5 Kerbals. We can definitely do that. 4,000 units of fuel. Maintain stability for 10 seconds and put your station in orbit about Minmus. I have done all of those things. I don't care what you said. Maybe somehow it thinks this isn't new. It was new 250 days ago. But I don't care. This is done. It's got all... everything's checked off. So I think I'm going to give that to me. So what we do is we do the Alt F12. We get into the cheat menus. We look at contracts. Where's somewhere in cheats? No, where are the contracts here? It's not under debugging. So there they are, contracts. We look at our active contracts. We look for that. Put a station around Minmus. Build a new station around. You are done. I don't care what you said. Boom, you're green. Done. Thank you. Give it to me. I got a message now that it's done. So there we go. Contract complete. Because I did it. I don't care what you say. That is a completed station. So wow, now what we have is we have a station around Minmus. There's Minmus there. This station has so much fuel it doesn't know what to do with all the fuel that it has. It has Kerbals. What we need to do, and I think this is going to be the mission for next week, we're going to need to get a lander out here. We're going to have a ton of science on said lander. It is going to be able to, I think, mine the heck in terms of science out of Minmus, land in multiple biomes, suck up that science. But that's all going to have to be for next week. So I'm going to thank everybody for watching, for sticking with me through that fiasco. But we did finally get everything here. Contract requirements were met. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week. See ya.